we are rolling. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Take a seat and get comfortable. Hope you're all having an absolutely magical day so far. It's great to have you all here. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Sacrificial Burial, and specifically, we're going to be checking out their brand new track, came out 10 days ago, which is called Firstborn. So, quite a bit of backstory with this band. So let me break it down for you. So if you were to go on to the band's Spotify or search them anywhere, you'll see that the Firstborn is only their second ever single. We're going to listen to the first thing they released, which is called The Carcass Decays, just because there's a very good chance you've never heard this band before. So how can I have quite a bit of backstory with a band that's only releasing their second ever song? Well, let me break it down for you. So there's a band. I've featured them on this channel twice, I think it is. I think twice or three times. I can't really remember. The band is called Aphotic. Really, really fucking good band. I've had the pleasure of seeing Aphotic play, I think, 3 times. There's a band that's very close to my heart called The Head of the Traitor, symphonic deathcore from Scotland. I am friends with all the band. I've hung out with them many times, got to see them play live many times, had various conversations back and forth. So it's just so nice to have a band that I'm a massive fan of from this country, so I can actually just get on a bus and then get on a train and go to Glasgow and actually hang out with some people. There's tons of bands I would like to go and do that with, but it's not easy for me to just jump on a plane and just go over to Arizona or fucking wherever and see see some American bands. And I've got bands that some are from Finland, some are from China, some are from Australia. Like, it's just very, very, very difficult for me to actually go and meet up with people. But I met Aphotic through The Head of the Traitor. They've supported them a bunch of times, and 2 of the members of Aphotic, one of the guitarists called Pete, and the bass player Jordan, happened to be in Sacrificial Burial. So I heard a little bit about Sacrificial Burial just from going on to the bass player Jordan. He's got a list of bands that he's in. He's a busy man. One of them was Sacrificial Burial. So checked out. So I didn't check them out at the time. I was because I'm just got a super bad memory. And then the last Head of the Traitor gig that I was at, it was actually Sacrificial Burial that was supporting Head of the Traitor. Head of the Traitor, they were actually doing, it was in April, and they were actually doing their first headline show. And it was a fucking great show. Loads of great bands played. So I got to check out Sacrificial Burial. And I mean, obviously, just because they've released one song doesn't mean that that's all they've got, because that would be a pretty fucking boring set. They just come out and play 2 songs, and then okay, see ya, and then they just walk off, and there's lots of there's lots of dead space between them and the next band. So I got to hear these guys live, and they're fucking great. They're really, really good. It's Egyptian themed thrash. Is what they call themselves. I got to speak with Pete, who is the guitarist of one of the guitarists in Aphotic, but he's also he writes everything with Sacrificial Burial. It was kind of his project. Got to speak to him a little bit. Super nice guy. Everyone in this scene's nice, but him especially so. Especially cool. Got to hang out with him. Chat to him and stuff like that. And I was like, let me, I'll be on the lookout. You know what I mean? Can't wait to hear more stuff. And then Firstborn dropped 10 days ago, and then here we are. So definitely go check out Aphotic. Very different from Sacrificial Burial, but still good. But just don't go expecting the same thing. For me, hearing a band live isn't the same as hearing them on CD. There's just differences. I'm also, when I'm listening to a band that's we're listening to what they've actually released, typically speaking, I'm not in a room filled with 100 other sweaty metalheads, and I'm not heavily intoxicated, and I've just got my headphones on, and it's just it's just totally different. But I got a really good sense for the kind of the Egyptian style, the Egyptian influence of their music, kind of comes through really well when they're live. And they also, if you want to see them play live, actually go onto my Instagram channel. My Instagram page, RDG Promotions. If you like what I do here, you'll very likely enjoy what I do over on Instagram as well. Go follow me over there if you wouldn't mind, or not. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. And if you go on to my highlighted stories, it'll say I think it's like Head of the Traitor or Head of or something. If you just go there, you'll see I took a bunch of videos of all the bands that played that night. They all absolutely slayed, but you'll see some Sacrificial Burial. They did a cover version as well of what's that song called? It's a Mastodon song. I can't remember what it's called though. Blood and Thunder, I think. Blood and Thunder, yeah. Actually, hold on, let me just see. Yes. Yep, that's the one. Stop talking. Yeah, they done a cover of that as well. And as well as that, their lead singer was actually in hospital. I can't remember if it was COVID related or if he was just really sick or just so he couldn't make it. So the guitarist Pete was actually the front man. So he played guitar and did the vocals, and you wouldn't be able to tell if you didn't know that he wasn't the vocalist, the front man of the band. You would not be able to tell. He whipped the crowd up. He got a couple of circle pits going. Super charismatic. Like the vocals were on point. He had a really good stage presence. Standing there, doing like the, the very thrash / death metal kind of singing whilst actually playing the guitar. It was a proper power move. It was really, really impressive. Like super, super impressive. I don't think they're looking to replace their singer at any point, but like Pete just filled that role just absolutely fantastically. So a surprising amount of backstory, but considering this is only the second song these guys have ever released. But so just to get everyone into the mood, this is their debut single, The Carcass Decays. Let's go. Let's play this, and then we'll get onto the newer shit.
Sweating disease, survival affection.
oh, I don't know about you guys, but that has put me in the mood to check out their latest track. All right, let's get this set up. Okie dokie. Right, got my pen ready, a pencil to take some notes. Okie dokie. Right, let's go. Okay. Right. Let's do it. Sacrificial Burial. Firstborn. Let's go. Nope. Let's go. Oof. Sacrificial Burial. Sacrificial Burial, ladies and gentlemen. That was fucking cool. That was really, really cool. Right, let's get into it. So, Just gonna play the just gonna play the intro and then let it go for about like a minute, because there's a bit about a minute that I want to highlight. So we'll just play it again. There's something about the guitar work. Now, I was chatting to Pete, the dude that does everything, and he was talking. I don't know that much music theory. Like, I know like a little bit about like, you know, sharps and flats and all that type of stuff, but I'm not like, you know, like I can't like just, you know, like listen to a song and go, okay, this is being played in this key with this tuning, with this technique, so on and so forth. But there's just something, there's a unique vibe with a Sacrificial Burial track. I remembered parts of this when they definitely played this live. I can remember some parts of it, but again, listening to a song live and listening to it recorded is totally different. But I'll start again. But just unique vibes, man. Very, very unique guitar work. I'd love to pick his brains about exactly how he's writing that, but it just sounds just different. Really like the flow of the vocals. I like the tone of the vocals. It's got like a harsh, like kind of like vocal. It sounds like vocal fry. It's got like a very harsh quality to it. It's got like kind of like tearing. It's mixed really well, but it's also, the delivery of it really helps it stand out as well. It's got really, really nice flow to it. It's very impressive. Yeah, I want to just awesome, just fucking awesome. I want to highlight this bit. Just unusual guitar work. I can't. It's not blackened. It's not traditional death. It's not deathcore. It's not technical death metal. It's just kind of Sacrificial Burial. They're kind of just doing their own thing, creating their own like soundscapes and stuff. Very, very cool. I can't speak highly enough about the actual flow of the song as well. Like, one bit just goes on so nice to the other part. It's got that really nice kind of very consistent thrashy pace. Love it. Yeah, that was a bit that I wanted to find. This little bit here where there's just little interruptions in the flow, that caught me off guard. It's the little things, you know? So fucking cool, man. So fucking cool. Now, last part, I wanna appreciate the guitar solo. It's like, well, hold on. Yeah, it continues for a little bit. Most of the time, I'm not the biggest thrash head, you know, but most of the time, with guitar solos, it doesn't continue on when the vocals come in. But to my ears, the guitar solo was still going. And then like it still went for like a little bit, like, you know, like last quarter, but the vocals came back in. Fucking fantastic. Fantastic stuff. So that was really cool. That was really, really cool. Yeah, expected it to sound unusual and not quite like anything else that I'd heard. Just because of, you know, the Carcass Decays probably it doesn't like massively help them stand out. Like you can't really hear like Is what I'm about to say a criticism? I don't know if it's a criticism or not. You can't. I don't think you would listen to those two songs and necessarily go, aha, Egyptian influence. It does say it on their Instagram that they're like an Egyptian themed death metal band. Now, so maybe some of the lyrics there were Egyptian themed. I could see the cover of the up and coming album or whatever it was in the background that had some kind of like. That had some Egyptian style writing on it. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, maybe I imagined. Maybe I imagined that this actually on their tag. I was speaking to him about the Egyptian influence to Pete a lot. They don't actually have it on their Instagram anymore, so maybe they're moving away from that a little bit. But doesn't really matter. But I don't think you would you would hear that there was something unusual. But I don't know if you would necessarily go, aha, Egyptian influence. I don't know if it was like that strong. Maybe it sounded more like that to the band because they know that they're playing within like something. There's a guitar scale called the Egyptian scale, for example. If you're a guitar player, just look it up and play. Just mess around with it a little bit, and you'll get a very Egyptian feel to it. I don't know if you would necessarily get that just from listening to the music. You would know that there was something. If you listen to a lot of like heavier metal, you would hear that there was something up. But I don't know if you would necessarily go, okay, Egyptian. I'm not sure if that's a criticism or not, to be honest. But that's just popped into my head there. But the way the guitar sounds, the way it's played, and especially the solos, just very different, very very different. Not just from the scale that I presume that it's been used to write in, but also just like, you know, the placement of the notes and, you know, all that type of stuff. So I'm sorry if that came across as a criticism. I don't think it was, but it didn't. I wouldn't necessarily listen to that and go, aha, okay, cool. So there's some Pharaoh shit going on here, you know. But regardless of whatever that point I was trying to make there was, that was fucking great. Really, really good. Really unique sounding, and you know, you could you could just replace those unique sounding bits with just kind of like standard thrash, and it would still be a super solid song, you know, because it was just really, really well put together. Can't speak highly enough about the flow of the vocals as well. I'm kind of, there's some people prefer vocalists to just do one style and just stick to that. Some people like it when you're kind of doing like an old school Ben Dewar, like Dickie Allen type thing, where you throw in like 50 different vocal styles, like, you know, per track. Not actually 50, but you know what I mean. But I think it just depends. His voice goes really, really well with the music, and the flow of it is really, really good. It's exciting. It's uplifting. Yeah, good shit from Sacrificial Burial. The only thing I can say is I want some more. Give me more. But I imagine they're working on an album right now, or they're actually going to be dropping it imminently. So yeah, this will not be the this will not be the last time that Sacrificial Burial appear on the channel. Let me promise you that. So, as per usual, if you scroll down, you'll find a link to the music video, to the lyric video that we just watched. You'll find links to the band's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever they've got. Go follow them on all of those. Go stream their music on Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. Links will be down below. Go buy some merchandise. I know times are tough, but if you can, the best way to support bands is to actually, well, go see them play live. If they're from the UK, do yourself a favour and go and see them play live. They're really fucking good. And go and actually, like, you know, buy some merchandise from them. But just do whatever you can to support, because very unique band. For coming from someone who's not the biggest fan of thrash, it's kind of hard to make that genre sound exciting to me, because I'm just not the biggest fan at the best of times. But yeah, unique, fresh, awesome to listen to, really well played, super well mixed, so on and so forth. Yeah, enjoyed the shit out of that. One more time, Sacrificial Burial, Firstborn. Go check that shit out. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.